It is all over for Big Phil. Welcome back to the channel. The boycott didn't last long. Big Phil is out of here. He's away back to Belgium on his flying waffle. And I tell you what, probably the happiest you could feel around Rangers for a long time, because this guy, the terroristic football is over, and now Rangers can finally just look forward to games of football for the first time in ages, because geez, oh, it had to happen. Now, as I'm recording this, there is actually no official confirmation, but guess what, folks? That's the only thing that there ain't, because everywhere's reporting it. The Sun, the Daily Record, STV, BBC, Rangers Review, Heart and Hand. Everybody, man, the guy down at the bottom of the streets reporting it. Everyone knew it had to happen. Big Phil, he's gone. Now, apparently, the board met this afternoon to make the decision to end the Belgians' tenure after the defeat to St Mirren. The Rangers squad has been informed. Official confirmation to follow. But here, I obviously wanted him gone, and so did 99.9% of fans. But how hypocritical is this, right, for Patrick Stewart, who said not even a week ago, right, like 4 days ago, we aren't sacking him. There's a plan here. We can't keep sacking managers. And now 3 days later, he's sacking him. The faith in the board, the CEO, etc., is on the absolute floor. We all knew he had to go, but see coming out and saying contradictory statements like that, then sacking him 3 days later, it's a really, really bad look. This guy should have, I said it, right? I said early September this guy had to go, right? This guy absolutely had to go. When we lost 3-0 to Celtic. Anyone with a brain can see it at the league in July when we did our predictions. I did. I knew we had no chance. And obviously 13 points behind at this stage of the game suggests that. No trophies we're going to win. Oh, but we're keeping them for Europe. Good luck with that shit, pal. Then you look at other points where he should have been sacked along the line. I think the biggest game for me is definitely the... I was going to actually say the Aberdeen game. If you remember, right, Celtic and Aberdeen drew each other 2 each, and I believe at that point the gap was 6 points when Rangers had a game in hand, and then we went and lost to Kelly. So we had a chance to close it for 5-3, and we extended it to 6. And it's like, that alone should have got him the sacked, right? And then what does he do like a couple of weeks later, or the week later? He loses to Aberdeen to go 9 points behind Aberdeen and Celtic, man. Absolutely petrifying. Throw in a cup final loss in there. You throw in 2 defeats now to St Mirren. You throw in a bunch of shitey draws along the way. And then the cherry on top, that fucking absolute horrific defeat to Queen's Park. This guy is a fraud. I'm not taking back anything I said about him. I feel like see the way with Gio, right? We're speaking on Gio. You know what? I did want him sacked at the time, but looking back, I feel sorry for him. He wasn't backed. He did great things. See, in like 3, 4, 10 years, 20 years from now, we're never ever going to look back fondly at Philippe Clement. It's simply just going to be, this guy is literally the worst guy we've ever seen in our puff. One of the worst managers ever. Like, yeah, you'll be like, oh, we won a League Cup under the guy. But honestly, it was a League Cup that was handed to him on a silver platter. Didn't have to beat Celtic, and all he had to do was beat a Hearts team that, let's be honest, folks, seems like they lied into Rangers recently, and an Aberdeen team that was fucking in a worse period last season than they were at large stages this season. So, yeah, he still had to get over the line and win it, but he's bottled so many games, so many moments, and it's as bad as his managerial and his tactics and all are. It's the fucking lies, it's the gaslighting for me that made me just not being able to stand this guy, throwing young players under the bus, having his favourites that were shite. I'm so glad this journey with Big Phil is over. Quite frankly, I don't even care who leads us to the end of the season. See, the fact that this guy's away, that's made my day. It can literally be anyone. It doesn't even have to be anyone. The players could just go into that dressing room and pick themselves to be better than this guy. But yeah, it's official. It's happy days. Rangers have finally got rid of Philippe Clement. And like I say, it's like 7-8 months too late, man. It should have happened ages ago. But there was points along the way, even before I wanted him sacked, where they should have pulled the plug. Because I think it's absolutely insane since that Aberdeen game that we have only dropped 4 points to Celtic. When you consider the amount of drop points that we've had to mean, look at my drop points we've had. You drew against Motherwell, 2 games lost against St Mirren, drew against Dundee. It's crazy. The draw against Dundee United as well. I'm sure there's other results I'm forgetting about. The fact that we've only dropped 4 points is borderline mind-boggling. And you've got to ask these questions: is if we actually sacked the guy way earlier in the season, how would we be looking in terms of our trophy count? How would we be looking in terms of the league? You could be looking better. Well, I say you could. You'd be still in the Scottish Cup, man. You would. A half decent manager, any manager with more than 1 IQ would have fired us through Queen's Park, man. Let's not make any excuses there. But he's gone. It's over. Apparently the merit Trump Turnberry. I don't know if there's any truth in that. Make Rangers great again, all that shite. Don't know why they would meet all the way down there when they could just meet at Ibrox. But anyway, it is what it is. Leave your thoughts down below. Big Phil is over. Ding dong. It's all over. Big Phil is away. And we're all happy again. The boycott is over. Get it right, Rooney, Phil. You big prick.